Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to the episode 74 of the Iron Meditation, the Art of Living and Lifting podcast. I'm your host, Coach Michael. Now, if you're new to my show, it's a 10 minutes episodes where I deconstruct as practically as I can the aspects of living and lifting and how they correlate between each other. And today, I want to talk to you about the topic of expectations and programs. So my good student and my friend, we were discussing the end of his training block. And we did first block, it was more strengths oriented. Now we did more endurance. And he found out that in endurance, he sucked. Now, by endurance, I mean higher repetitions with lower weight, like 15, 20 reps, less rest. And it made him feel very uncomfortable and a little bit maybe insecure with himself because it's not his strong suit and he cannot dominate this one. So he returned the feedback that like he did not meet the expectations of a program. Like the program, it's not that the program didn't work, but in his mind, okay, like the expectations was for him to finish all 8 weeks and meet all the numbers that I prescribed. And in the same breath, as we spoke, he told me like, yeah, I've gained 5 kilograms of mass and, like blah, blah, blah. And the programming said, wait, come back a second. What just did you said? Said, yeah, I gained 5 kilograms of mass. Some of it is fat, obviously, but mostly like muscles. And like, it's good. Like my back grew, my legs grew and everything. And I said, like, man, the program worked because this is what high repetitions and endurance in strength sport are all about. It's basically a bodybuilding protocol, which is a great protocol to taper between like your season within season when you're transitioning from, I don't know, in my case, like my kettlebell competition, and now I'm slowly getting into my triathlon back. So like these are the best tapering 6 weeks that I can do, a plain bodybuilding to just condition and allow my body to recover and then continue to build. I said, listen, like the program worked. He said, oh yeah, like it has, but in my mind I said, like, shut up. Now from here it's not relevant because what happens in your mind and what happens in our mind is absolutely relevant. And what we need to understand about programming, like if you have a program and if you have a coach that leads you, the biggest mistake that we can do as athletes, and I have my coach and I have made this mistake one time too many. I actually always make this mistake. I just know how to recognize, and this is why I share it with you so you can recognize it too. And this mistake will lead you to frustration, and it may cause you to sabotage your own progress and to abandon the program. And the mistake is expecting to finish everything, trying blindly, because when we are in the program, when I am training myself, I am blind to the overall program structure. My coach sees it because he is the one who building and leading me through week 1, week 2. Same as I am leading my athletes, I know what will happen within the year if they'll stick. And I know what will happen within the 12-week block that we agreed to work together. Again, with what may happen in the year, the athlete is blind. And when we begin to to interfere by translation. Yeah, and I mean, when we try to interfere by trying to logically explain to ourselves what's going on, maybe we are not recovered, maybe we need to push more, maybe we need to sleep more, maybe the program isn't working because our coach is, I don't know, like overloading us, which may happen if coach don't know his job. All right, but let's say you have a like coach that has some experience and knows stuff. Like our own personal interpretations, okay, is like a blind man trying to lead a seeing man through a junction full of cars, right? As simple as. Because what happens that only by the end of the program, looking back at the week like 1, 2, 3, after you finished it, you can truly evaluate and say, okay, like I had my stuff, but okay, here are my results. This is what I learned. And very few programs will actually, you can check boxes, because here's the thing, if you're checking boxes, like if you complete each and every session and you're fine, the truth is that you are not loaded enough, because like this positive failure is what makes us and as athletes grow. And actually this is what parenting does, because parenting, it's a quote unquote hurting our kids, is making them go through the pain while we as parents lead them to save way bigger pain when they grown-ups. And this is tough. Like this part of parenting, is tough, because it's easier to buy them things, it's easier to give them money, and it's easier to make them weak. All right, hiding behind, yeah, I love you, I don't want to hurt you, blah blah blah. If you really love, you will drag them through some pretty nasty experiences, because this is life is all about. And as coaches, we do the same. I can sugarcoat anybody and make a program for their egos. Okay, they will feel great, they will accomplish nothing. That's why we, okay, as coaches, deliberately pushing it higher, okay, to making you are overachieve to try, and what is called positively fail, okay, because this is the only way that you can grow. And when you finish a program, okay, and you're looking back, the conclusion, if the programs works well and everything well, is a sentence I love. There is a great book that is called, and I am in front of it now, I've listened it on Spotify, on my Audible, sorry, and actually I'm thinking of buying physical copy, because it's kind of Tao Te Ching, that you just open a random page and you just read something, and like this is what you like need in the moment. So it's The Practicing Stoic by Ward Farnsworth. I'll put a link in the show. The book is great. Okay, it's really like answering life questions with quotes of Stoic philosophers. So it's as if you were talking to them and they were advising you, but he finishes the book with an amazing sentence that I took to heart, and I wish you do too, because eventually this is how things work. And the sentence is, I'm trying to quote from my memory here, they, the Stoic philosophers, aimed high, came low, and overall did just fine. And this is what good programming and good life eventually is, to my humble experience, is all about. So this was it. I hope it helps. And again, feel free to ask me questions, feel free to propose subjects that you want me to discuss and to try practically unroll before you, from my experience, my trainees' experience. And I'll be seeing you in the episode 75.